So I knew that they were going to make us wait a little bit longer before they gave us a full-on Fett episode. And it's actually just so funny how this was going to be, according to some, Nerdrotic and some of these other guys, they've said that this was originally a Boba Fett series, and of course it was just rewritten for to have it just be, this other character, which is fine. It's just funny how it's been this constant like moving of change and changing of characters to make them slightly different than who everybody wanted them to be, right? So of course this episode I actually did enjoy. Now the spider creatures, I'm curious what your thoughts are. Are they the same spider creatures that were in the in Rebels? That's my two. It's my take. My main takeaway from that, Rebels was okay. I wasn't huge. I didn't outright love it like so many did. I thought I'd love. I'm a huge Clone Wars fan, but I didn't love Rebels anyway. So there was this one guy. This, of course, this tripwire thing. This tripwire moment that, of course, the Ewoks had done to the stormtroopers in Return of the Jedi, and of course. Maybe they did it. Did it to some of the troopers on a speeder bike, if I remember correctly. Anyway, Baby Yoda, it's almost like I can't figure this character out. This character. Forgive me. I don't remember its name, but it was in Force Awakens, if I remember correctly. And this whole scuffle at the beginning was great. That was badass. I really enjoyed the process of that, like what he had to, how he had to basically find his bearings with his jetpack, getting anywhere from that to negotiating, and then to finally winning over the just by giving him the his own demise, giving him the weapon of it's his own destruction. So of course it's not going to be the same. Maybe if this character is dead, then it's just obviously not the same one that's in the Force Awakens. It's a relative of or same species of or whatever. So, and then we're all into the hero's journey here, and that's just great. Just it's interesting that they can make it these large arcs over over this serialized content. It's just great to see, and I do love the way it looks, especially when when he's marching into I think it's Mos Eisley. It's got to be Mos Eisley, and he ends up in the same cantina that we all know and love. But the one thing that turned me off here was this whole scene. It was just a bad scene. But one of the biggest things that I hated about this, but of course I can't play it because copyright strikes and all that stuff. But there's some really bad music playing here, and it just doesn't fit they're trying to play music. They're trying to get people into music that wouldn't necessarily fit in a regular Star Wars context. That's my opinion. I just don't, it's fine, whatever. This character, she was growing on me the last, she was starting to grow on me, but it's just becoming more and more forced every single time. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that she's like a bad, I don't know. The acting, maybe I could be wrong. She, this is, once again, this is just my opinion. I don't think she's a very good actor, or maybe she's just not seasoned well enough. Maybe she'll get better. Maybe her acting will get stronger. Maybe she'll be a better character. She's just out for herself, which is fine. But the whole time she's just basically trying to swindle him out of his money. But she does set him up with these people, so that's good. That's good, I guess. The frog character I did not like from the beginning, and then she grew on me. She really did. She grew to be loved, at least for I did. It was weird because I did not like the character at first, and maybe I'm a misogynist. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm definitely not. But what was bugging me so much was Baby Yoda just having to feast on these orange little eggs of desire that he just continuously found himself fondling over so much, and just he would inhale one. I think he inhaled like 5 of them in an entire episode. It's just insane. this whole sequence where they're trying to break away from trying to break away from the snow spiders, I guess I'll call them that at this point. It's like they're taking forever just to clean up the eggs, and it's just an editing issue. It's fine. I just have to be nitpicky about it just because I edit, and so I have to be. But this whole scene where Yoda is surrounded by the eggs, I could not help but be reminded of the xenomorphs in Aliens. I mean, it's like, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you thought of the same thing too, because it's just the eggs are reminiscent of Alien. And so of course, yeah, absolutely. That's what we're going to think of. And especially when one of them, the first one he eats, cause he eats one of them right here. It looks like a xenomorph, and so there you go from the Aliens. So I think that it's going to be these characters are going to be these snow spiders, these ice spiders are going to be something that'll be related to the spiders of Rebels. They seemed a little bit different, if I remember correctly. They did seem a little different, which is good. They seemed a lot more threatening and way more fun in this episode than they were in Rebels, than this type of character was in Rebels. I love that we're getting to see more aliens and more monsters. Like, that's what Star Wars has always been about. That's what it's been about from the beginning, from the get-go. And KK and her many minions just always were something. They tend to not really recognize that. They never do. They don't really. To them, monsters are. I think to them personally, I think the whole alien monster thing is just boring to them, because they just, once again, it's about representation, whereas representation. So therefore, because I can't understand, I can't feel for a character that doesn't look just like me, because they're so shallow. They're literally, the depth of their own soul is literally the width of a piece of cardboard cutout per human being. Anyway, if you haven't seen the in-depth, check out episode 4 of this catalog. It's of the making of The Mandalorian, and it's actually pretty damn good. It's really good. They go over the details of how they're able to shoot these scenes and how good they are, and why the actors love them too, because they're in this room that basically generates an actual screen behind them rather than green screen. So that feels like they're actually really in the environment too. Anyway, just really good stuff. I did enjoy this episode. I didn't think that I would. One of the things that I remember kind of being, about, that I was kind of turned off by, was the fact that they're turning X-Wing pilots into just mean cops. Like, they're just turning X-Wing pilots into just like kind of annoying cops. You're in this jurisdiction, so you've got to wear a transponder, blah blah blah. And so then they're just the mean cops, and here the Mando is the poor guy getting poor person getting stalked by the police, and he has to take off. But then of course, it's like, if you drive off when you got pulled over, if you drive off, you're going to get chased after, and it's going to be a police chase. And that's what it ended up being, was this police chase into the snow, which was just rather it's comical because of especially all the stuff going on here. But I did like how they were like, they kind of were just like, you're cool at the end, but they didn't help him at all with his hull. Like, his hull is severely damaged, and they just leave him. I guess that's fine, whatever, but they couldn't just be good neighbors. Like, they couldn't take a minute, maybe it probably would have taken them a few hours to help someone, but for them to just be so blatantly like, how about we just take off and leave you here? How's that instead for you, huh? Anyway, that's my thoughts on this episode. What did you think? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? I do like how the original, the originality of at least having the concept art at the end. I do really enjoy that, actually, because I used to draw when I was younger. It was something that I aspired to be, was a good visual artist, and I try to be as much as I can here on YouTube. Hope you're having a great night. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're staying safe and staying musical and all these things. Again, my name is Ben, and this is the Fanatics of Film. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for joining. Have a wonderful day.